In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 4 things international students should know about US universities. Coming right up after this. What's happening, my beautiful people? Welcome back to another video on the channel. My name is Richard, and on this channel I provide you with tips, tricks, strategies to enhance your international student experience. I also sometimes share my experiences living in the US, so if this is content that you like, consider hitting the subscribe button and turning on notifications so that anytime a new video drops, you will be notified. Also follow us on Twitter at globe_engaged to stay up to date with sneak peek and previews of our upcoming videos. US universities are actively recruiting international students to come study here by offering them graduate assistantships and other kinds of scholarships. US schools are actively becoming more diverse as the days go on by attracting a lot of international students from every walk of life. International students have and continue to become an integral part of the United States educational system. And as such, universities are making more efforts to expose international students to different cultures, which is good news for international students who plan on coming to the United States to study. Even though the US educational system has the basic foundation which cuts across every university, there are some differences that you should be aware of. Many aspects of the US educational system is fairly new, and this can present a shocking experience for international students who may come from other countries. And this could eventually affect your appreciation towards the US educational system or even your educational experience. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 4 things that you need to know about United States schools so that it gives you a general idea of how the system operates and hopefully help you to better navigate the multiple layers of college life in the US. So if you're ready, let's jump right into the video. One of the things you should expect if you are schooling in the United States is that you should be prepared to talk. Unlike some of us who come from countries where you can fly under the radar a whole semester without talking in class or doing presentations or even being the one standing behind your group whenever there's a presentation, in the United States, it is not like that. Class participation and attendance are very, very crucial to your end of semester grade, and as such, you should walk into any class in a university campus with the mindset that you are going to talk. In the United States educational system, there are no spectators in the class. Everybody is expected to be active participants of the class, and as such, you are more than likely expected to participate by talking about your ideas and engaging in conversation. If you are coming from a country or an educational system that has a more strict rule or a flexible rule about participating in class, keep in mind that as far as the United States educational system is concerned or taking classes in college, class participation does not only allow you to engage with your class members, but it helps you to also share your experiences and your ideas, especially being someone who comes from a different country. That is why in some of my videos, you've heard me say that as an international student, you can quickly go from being a student to a teacher because there may be some people in the class who have never visited your country. And so keep in mind and try as much as possible to engage. It may be difficult in the beginning, but once you start putting yourself out there, it becomes even easier and you get to engage and have meaningful conversations and discussions with your fellow class members. So the first thing you need to know about US universities is that you are going to be required to talk. So please keep that in mind. The second thing I'm going to talk about is that you need to be open to taking new classes. So United States universities allow for students to be able to take elective classes, and elective classes are usually classes that do not have anything to do with your major. However, because some of us may come from countries where we are used to a more linear path of education, i.e., we take classes that only count towards our major. We may not know the value of taking classes that do not even count towards our major. What do I mean by this? Let's say I'm an advertising student. Ideally, if I'm back in Ghana, I'll be taking classes that will feed into the advertising system. But when I came to the US, I realized that I could take classes that had nothing to do with my major. And as such, I had credits that would go towards my major, and I had credits that I could use to take classes from any part of the school so long as that class is of interest to me. Why is this even important? It is important because it helps you to start thinking outside the box by taking classes that may be of interest to you, or classes that will provide you a certain kind of skill set that is going to complement what it is that you already know. Think of this as an opportunity to take classes that may not revolve around your major, but classes that will provide you with technical skills, leadership skills, or any other skills that you may need to complement whatever it is that you are trying to achieve in school. So yes, U.S. Universities will allow you to take classes that has nothing to do with your major. All you have to do is be open-minded enough to venture into unknown territory to take classes that you may be willing to. There's no harm in trying a class. If you don't like it, you can always drop the class and take another class so long as you are still in an active registration week. So yes, take some time, explore your school catalog, read about the course descriptions, and try something new. It doesn't hurt. It's just going to enhance your educational experience overall. If you're watching this video and you've taken new classes that has nothing to do with your major, share with us in the comment section below what that experience was like and what your first experience walking into an American classroom felt like. I definitely would like to hear from your experiences. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the fact that US universities are more expensive than you actually think. So the reason is, it is continuously becoming difficult for US universities to provide funding opportunities for international students. For United States students, there's usually funding from government and other agencies, so that is a little bit flexible. Even with that, cost of tuition is very, very expensive. So generally speaking, it is expensive to pay tuition, and then as an international student, you also have to think about cost of living, health insurance, and other expenses as well. However, some universities are also continuously creating opportunities and avenues to provide some form of funding for international students. Another thing international students can do is to search online to see what scholarship or funding opportunities are available. I always tell people, do not apply to a university if you do not have any kind of funding, because paying out of pocket is going to cost you an arm, a leg, and a kidney. Having said that, I am also going to say that if you are searching for scholarships online, be very careful. There are some scholarship scams floating around online as well. So if you're going to be looking online for scholarships, please be careful and make sure that you are using credible sources. I'm going to leave some links to some credible scholarship websites in the video description below. Please do take some time to check them out, and hopefully you can find something that is going to ease the burden on your pocket as you begin your international educational experience in the United States. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about is that put yourself out there. Yes, I understand that you came to the United States to study, but if you've watched some of my videos, you know I always say this: the educational experience doesn't happen only in the classroom, and as such, extracurricular activities is actually built into your educational experience. Trust me, the tuition that you pay is not just towards a lecturer coming to stand in front of the class and teaching, but you are also meant to enjoy some of these extracurricular activities. And that is why some schools provide access to gyms, the swimming pool, and any other activities. So even though you came here to study, do not sit by your books 24/7. Go out there, mingle, join groups and associations, find international groups to join, find domestic groups to join, volunteer, do something. Think of this as socializing in an academic setting. it's fun than you think. And if you're not putting yourself out there, you are not going to be growing your network. You're not going to be learning anything new. You need to put yourself out there and don't just pass through the school. Let the school and the community you live in also pass through you. Let people appreciate what you bring to the table as an international student. And hopefully you can create a healthy balance between socialization and studying. So these are the 4 things you need to know about U.S. universities. I'm sure there are a couple of other things that you need to know. So if you know any of those things, share it with me in the comment section below. But one thing to keep in mind is that culture shock is definitely going to hit you in the face when you take a step onto the United States campus for the first time. However, if you keep these 4 things that I've shared with you in mind, it's definitely going to make your transition into the American university educational system much more better. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, share with me in the comment section below what you found useful about it. Also, if you have not checked out any of my other playlists, click on this card, or I'm also going to leave a link to my other videos in the video description below. And if you are watching this video and you are not yet subscribed to my channel, consider hitting the subscribe button and turning on notifications so that anytime a new video drops, you will be notified. Until I see you on the next video, stay safe out there, keep engaging. Peace.